Let's talk about the effects of poverty on the family. Like I said earlier, over 90 million Nigerians currently living in abject poverty, and Nigeria, we have taken over from India, you know, as the poverty capital of the world. So this is not funny at all. Pastor Jolly, in 20 seconds.
Well, I think it's almost like something we have come to live with. It will take only God to take us out of it. Because when we look at all the policies that has been put in place by the government and all that, whether state government, local governments and all that, there is nothing that is really showing that we're coming out of it anytime soon.
Okay.
So it's just everywhere. It's everywhere. Because even the places where you think the poverty is not there, are they really living the way they ought to live? No, nobody in this country, except the politicians, that are really living fat. There is no other person that is living fat but the politicians. But all the same, I really don't want our heart to faint. Because if you look at what is happening, if you are the kind of person that people meet on daily basis to ask for help and all that, you will really understand. You'll be able to appreciate what is really going on in our society. But if you're just in a closed world of your own, you may not really understand that there is so much poverty in our land.
All right, Sir Andrew.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to the nation. My name again, once again, Sir Andrew from the city of Houston.
You try to be emphatic. I like that.
The reason I'm here in Lagos, Nigeria, we have an event on the 28th and 29th of the first International Food Bank.
Food bank.
Bank and disaster relief. We are based in Badagry. We have enough land. We're going to be under the United States of America, under the United Nations, under UK, under China, the government of China and all of them. What we intend to do, I don't believe in talking too much. I like action.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead and ask
Since
me.
you are working with disaster relief and all of that,
yes,
you come face to face with all of these issues. What is the actual situation or the reality in terms of poverty in Nigeria?
Now, the problem is everybody is depending on Buhari or beyond, depending on the government. That is where the trouble is coming from. But the NGO, I personally, Sir Andrew, I've done my research and I'm here to stay to help out. I can tell every one of you right now, with cocoa bean, cashew nut, cassava, I can transform the whole of Nigeria into elevating this poverty that we're talking about. God has given us so much, but we need to sit down and do our research. It's not the government, it's not the board. Who makes America? Is it the president and the government? No, it is the rich folks, the individuals. We have to learn. In China, at a certain point, they told them, in your bedroom, in your restroom, start manufacturing something. That is why China is growing today. In Nigeria, we are all talented people. We have the gift. Let us come together, not depending on the government. On the 28th, come out there and sign up, especially the youth. We're going to use that cocoa, cashew nut, cocoa bean, and other. I'm bringing in a lot of.
But for someone who have not eaten in days, where do you begin from?
That's why I'm putting on the 28th. We are establishing the food
I don't
bank.
have food to eat today. I'm telling you.
We're going to try.
I wait till the 28th.
You have to start from somewhere. It has been there. I didn't cause it. I'm just doing my best.
So
to
what
do
you're saying in essence is every Nigerian has that responsibility to fight this poverty thing.
Yes.
Okay.
We cannot depend on the government alone. We all need to, on the 28th, if you are a youth, come to Badagry, come and sign up. We all going to come together and make changes in this country of ours.
Okay.
I guarantee you, if I cannot do it, I will quit my job and resign.
All right. Moki.
Okay, I think, excuse me, I think my opinion to the poverty situation in Nigeria is simple as this. God blesses you, not for you alone. Because God does not want you to depend on the government. A time will come when the government will fail, just like the government of Nigeria is failing us right now. But yes, the reason why God blesses you is that you can be a blessing to the next person, not just for you alone. If you check in most churches today, you see somebody driving like 3 or 4 cars, one person. He or she comes to church, dressed this Sunday, she's putting on this on another Sunday, and the next person beside her or beside him, if they are allowed to sit on the same room, is less dressed or looking anyhow, and he doesn't care and she doesn't care. Her focus is there. Pastor is through preaching, off, you enter the car and go. You don't even care if it's raining, your neighbor is walking on the road and the rain is pouring on him. This is the mindset we have in this nation. That's why the poverty is increasing, because as long as I'm comfortable, the next person, I don't care.
Nothing else matters.
Yes. Okay. So that's why the poverty is increasing. But if we can start giving out, extending a hand of fellowship to the next person, not wanting to acquire the whole wealth, wanting to have the whole thing to ourselves. As long as my brother is okay, my children are okay, my children I can travel abroad, I can come back. The next person, I don't care what happens. Let them keep bowing down for me. I mean, I was thinking once I was passing, and the road is so bad. I was like, I said, maybe I have to go and get a shovel, get somewhere they've destroyed building and gather blocks and pour in there. People's cars are spoiled, but you see some people riding on jeeps and they can, mount on this and walk away. Yeah. But what happens to those people that are driving smaller cars and their shock absorbers are not very strong, and nobody cares? So the thing is, amongst us, there's no love. We don't care for for each other, because if we really do, those up there will become ashamed of themselves. That's how it should go.
Let's talk about poverty.
I feel Nigeria's problem has been before this government, whether we like it or not, because there was no time anybody was rich in Nigeria or the poor people. If there's even any time where the lowly place people had something from governance, is during this period, because I've not seen any government at one time that you say they are even giving out stipends. Nigeria had never done it before, giving out stipends to people at weekend. Like she said, the poverty line it's within the rich folk, and how much of this their wealth do they want to go down? If it's saying China, it's calling America, the society is being run more by individuals. Yes, Jeff Bezos or whatever their names are individuals. They are not a government. They run big industries and big companies. Even in this country, you find out that business is even thriving at a time. Maybe it's in this state, and maybe they they go away. If you go run that business now, because this person does not want the business to be bigger, you understand? So it happens. Like you say, somebody is big in church, has 3 cars. How much do you give? I know how much of my clothes I give out to cleaners I probably see working at offices I work. But how much of that can I do? You understand?
As a person.
So Nigerian problem is more historical than it is immediate. So when we're saying this government to alleviate poverty, I'll toe the line that is saying I like the fact that the borders are closed. And so if I'm doing fish farming before, I'm doing poultry, I'll increase my poultry. Okay, I'll find out people to help. So how do we actually get more people? Because we know they send relief. We know their money is allocated to these sections or these sectors for things to improve, agriculture and the rest. How much of that money actually really get to the people down there? If they say, okay, there's housing for everybody, how many people actually get the big
benefits from the housing schemes? Exactly.
If it's 4 flats, they will buy it 4 flats.
Exactly.
That is where the question
Go ahead.
is. The world is watching me. Bigate Dangote. Bigate told Dangote, say, why can't we make so much money? We cannot live with all this money. Why can't we take some of this money to help these people that are hungry, poor and all that? But the question is, if you give this money to the wrong people, it will never get to it's not just the black people, even the so-called Igbo people and all that. They come here, they give one shoe and all that to these small children. They go back there
and inflate what they
But right now, why we indigents of this country and all that? Why can't we put some of these things together and help to set up microfinance bank, get some equipment, go to the farm, help them, give back the more money to them, and take that and give to the poor.
Exactly as you explained.
That's how the way system works.
Exactly as you explained.
Yes.
They have it.
But why is it not
this one is how
is this affecting the family?
That's what I was going to say. Before you go and employ somebody, give the person food. It was when you have strength. It's when you have what I'm saying. You said how much can you do? When you bring, I bring, we bring. We can affect few lives.
Okay, so let's
I'm telling you, that's the thing.
Can I explain this
Many people are not bringing
very
that's
short?
the truth.
Let me explain. The world is watching me now. if you have funding, you buy equipment. You have set up a bank, microfinance bank or credit union bank or so. Some of these people that are jobless, you see in the street, help them, educate them, they have lands, set up this farming for them. When the product is coming back, buy the product back from them, give to the poor people, and they will go back. You see, it's some kind of circulation.
Cycle,
It cycles. That is what they are not doing in the nation. Someone will just take the money and put it in his pocket, and everybody will go hungry.
Okay, but effect on the family, like I said, is something a lot of Nigerians have to, to face up to, if you know what I mean, because children are going to bed hungry, and
hungry person come and start going out.
And another thing is whether we like it or not, even as much as I don't expect the government to provide
to do everything
for people, you just talk about America. The enabling environment is there.
Yes.
Because there is nobody that is campaigning in America that will be campaigning with, I will give you light, I will give you water, I will give you good road. Those things are already there. I've lived outside Nigeria. I discovered that when I was living in Israel, you have places like they call kibbutz, which are the farm settlements. People prefer to live in the kibbutz. Why? Because you don't pay tax in those areas, and almost everything is free for you there. And it's as developed as where you call the city is. So why will I stay in the city where I will have to pay high tax and I'm earning the same amount of money I'm earning? Why don't I stay in the village, the farm settlement, where almost everything is free, the food is free and all that? So the enabling environment is created by the government. So there is no way we can remove government, because let us plant cocoa from here to Kini. Nobody wants to go in the village where there is no light.
But the thing is, there are still people, these people we are talking about today, we are saying they should bring out their money. The government has not provided all these things for them, but they were able to maneuver and get to the top. So we can't keep waiting for the government. That's what I'm saying. We need to find a way out and move on.
If we are saying that the government did not give those who are on top the enabling environment, are we saying that the government did not give them what
what I'm saying, there are people that survived. I mean, Nigeria has not been the best of it over the years. So, but there are people that were able to survive the maneuver. They were able to survive. They didn't throw in the tower. They survived through it all and came to where they are today. So we can't keep holding on to the government. We can't keep waiting for them.
Because the government will not do.
They will not do it.
Every state need to identify.
Let's find a way out.
Quickly, sir.
They don't want us to enjoy.
Every state need to identify what they are good at. When I traveled to Wari from Benin, I saw the rain falling, and I saw the green. Let me tell you what came into my mind.
Saw the green.
Organic food. In US and overseas, organic food is very, very expensive.
Yes.
Now I saw that green and I saw that rain. The government, the individuals, we need to concentrate on things like cassava, cashew. If you go to US, cashew nut is very expensive. If you go to US, cocoa bean, chocolate everywhere. Do you plant this in America? No. America don't have it. It will never grow.
Okay.
They're looking good and we're looking poor.
Joseph Egwon from Lagos says, pardon me, the effects are many. People can't pay house rent, children being withdrawn from schools, more hunger in the family, etc. Poverty can't go until we get rid of corruption. Corruption will remain till it attracts death penalty. More people are poor because few people sit on the wealth of Nigeria. Yemi. The question is, what causes poverty? What can be done to eliminate it?
What causes poverty, whether we like it or not, in the end, is when there's no flow in national wealth. That's what causes poverty. That's why we have corrupt leaders. If they are actually, I think Nigeria doesn't have a problem. If truly every state would not wait, they give all the South state 13% derivation. What do they do with it? You've gone to Warri, you've gone to Benin, don't these people collect money? Don't these people collect money? Do you know the poverty level there? Until they stop corruption and even give them penalty. still go fair for last.
And another thing this corruption thing has done to us is that it has even messed up the minds of our youth, because now everybody wants to get rich quick. That is why nobody wants to go to the farm.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't grow anything because they want to get rich quick. The politician, they just vote them in this week, next week they swear them in, this week, next week they are building mansions, they are doing all kinds of things with our money.
So everybody wants to be a politician.
Everybody wants to go that line of getting rich quick. So if this corruption thing is taught, where is not is a service to the nation thing, I believe.
All right, in quick 10 seconds, Andrew, let me ask you now. You're asking young people to sign up, you know, to take the bull by the horn, sort of, and all of that.
Yes.
So if I sign up,
Yes.
what am I expected to do to alleviate poverty?
When you sign up under NGO, there are, after this event on November, I'm bringing in a lot of investors.
Okay.
You know, because we're online, and there are, you know, I have to be very careful of what I'm bringing in investors. I'm doing it because of the use. And I'm very concerned about cocoa beans, cassava and all that.
Okay.
We have it. It's just for us to put it together.
To harness
but
the
we are
potentials.
looking at different direction when we already have it here. Let's come together, and the banks too. Don't be giving out money in the wrong area.
Okay.
Put your money into the right area and get more money back.
And let's kick poverty out of Nigeria. A lot of people are dying on the daily from lack, deprivation of the basic amenities of life.